going on? How you guys doing today? Today's video will consist of doing spark plugs on my Civic, and I should have done this a long time ago, but you know, a little late with it, but we are gonna attack it today. Going to O'Reilly's right now just to check to make sure they have the spark plugs. Normally I call in advance to check, but I'm just gonna go over there and just, you know, hope they have it, because this is the closest one, and like, I don't know. There probably is another one closest, but, and just as I suspected, they did have them in stock. These are the Iridium spark plugs by NGK. It is recommended for Hondas to use NGK, so a little bit pricey. They're I think around $9 each, but definitely worth it. And I also got some connector grease. This is for the coil packs to sit on top of the spark plug. So back at home, I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hood real quick so we can get this started.
Hey, pop the hood.
Shout out to my homie Jordan, you know who you are. He sent me some floor mats, which I will be putting in after we do the spark plugs. So again, Jordan, thank you very much for those. Really appreciate it. Now, normally when you do spark plugs, you want to make sure that the engine is cool. I just kind of left it overnight, didn't start it or anything. Use the daily so that way the engine is cold. If you do it while it's warm, how metal expands, and when you put the plugs in, you know, you could be chancing doing some type of damage, but I would recommend to do it while it is cold. So I went ahead and removed the windshield cowl, which should come up with these clips here. You just pop out. I don't have those clips, so it just came right out. You're gonna wanna get to these bolts here. So you have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 7. So you wanna loosen those. I believe those are a 10 and a 12. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. So now that you have the heat shield out of the way, you have access to the top of the K20, and it is a pain in the ass to remove that. I'm sure a lot of you guys that have this car can relate, but we have it off. Now you want to get this spark plug cover off, and I believe these are 10s. So there's 4 10s for the cover, and yeah, it just comes right off. Excuse the dirt, guys. I know it's a little bit dirty. Anyways, these are your coil packs here, and basically they're held in by, again, 10mm bolts. Now these two are the actual bolts for the cover, so they are dual threaded. You just want to make sure that these, you don't break these, because then the cover won't stay on. But before you get started, there's these push clips here, if you could see, and you basically push those in, and the clip should just come right off. What I like to do is just take them out in order and put them back in order. They don't necessarily have to be in order when you put them back, but me personally, I'm just gonna put them back the way that I found them. Completely up to you guys. All right, so you're gonna need these 2 items, the 5/8 spark plug socket, and as you can see, there's a magnet in there, so that way the spark plug sits flush and it doesn't move around. And then I went ahead and got this regular 3/8 hose that I had left over from when I had the coolant leak, and you could use this to thread the spark plug down in there, and once you get it going, then you can start tightening it up. But yeah, let's go ahead and take them out, and I'm curious to see the condition. So here is the old spark plug, and it is an iridium. So Denso is pretty much OEM for these. And around the tip, just make sure there's no corrosion or oil. Obviously these looks like haven't been changed in quite a while. And actually I've seen worse than these. So this is actually a good sign so far. Just to give you a comparison for the new one, you do have that crush washer on the bottom there. So when you are tightening these, you will feel that just like a drain bolt, just like anything else with the crush wash. And then you want to turn half a turn after that. So make sure you don't over tighten these and you should be good. Also, another quick tip for you guys is if you guys put these spark plugs together, it should do something like this. So that way you know the gap is correct. These come pre-gapped from factory, so you don't need to worry about it. I would inspect them still and do that test just to make sure the gap is good. And now we come to the most controversial part, which is, do I put anti-seize on my spark plugs? NGK recommends not to. It's really completely up to you. I know that a lot of people say that if you put anti-seize on the threads, it could mess with the current of the spark plugs, but hey, if you guys want to go ahead and put it on there, you can put it on there. If you guys don't, then don't. I've also heard people putting a little bit of oil on the threads as well. So I'm not gonna show you guys what I'm doing. I do have anti-seize here, but I'm not gonna show you guys if I do or do not, or put the oil. Completely up to you guys. Again, you guys don't want to go too tight. Strip the block. You want to go till you can't turn it anymore and it crushes the washer, and then quarter turn after that. I'm gonna put you guys on time lapse, finish up the next 3, come back to you when I'm done. And I did also forget to mention that I went ahead and put some connector grease on the ends here of the coil packs, and that's just so that way it prevents the damage on the boot, prevents corrosion on your coil packs, unless you want to get like a new set. But for right now, I'm just going to reuse these. Now I'm getting ready to plug in the connectors, and you want to make sure you hear a click. Make sure they're all the way in. And again, excuse me for the mess, guys. I'm probably going to wipe this up after I'm done, but just want to get this process finished. Again, click. And one more. Now, before you go ahead and start installing the cover and everything, just start the vehicle and make sure you don't get a check engine or anything like that. Make sure everything is running properly. Moment of truth, spark plugs are in. And we are gonna start the vehicle. So far, so good. It is at a high idle, it is cool, so I'm gonna go ahead and let it warm up, and yeah, everything's good. Again, guys, this is something you guys can do, and it's not difficult at all. You just have to have a little bit of knowledge, know-how, and experience, and do your research. You know, go on YouTube. If you don't know how to do something, learn how to do something. Whatever you guys do on your vehicle, try to do it yourself. You know, you don't have to pay somebody thousands of dollars to fix something. So I'm gonna go ahead and reinstall everything, cowl and spark plug cover, maybe clean everything up, and then we're gonna get to cleaning those floor mats. All right, it is somewhat wiped down again, guys. I'm not going for best of show or anything like that. I just want to get it cleaned up, and eventually I will go ahead and get the valve cover repainted. I actually want to do a wrinkle red, so That will be another video for another day. And as you can see, I do have the rear mat, which my car did not come with. So go ahead and show you guys that I literally have no mat. It's just air carpet and trying to keep it clean. So I'm gonna go ahead and vacuum these up real nice and start cleaning them. So here it is, guys, my Bissell Spot Clean. Got it on Amazon, really good deal. I do recommend this. This works wonders on carpets and any type of fabric or anything like that, even leather, different attachments and stuff like that. But anyways, I filled this to the fill line with warm water, and then I added 2 ounces of the Bissell formula. And then on this side is where that dirty water will come in. I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys on time lapse so you guys can, sit back, enjoy. We're gonna go ahead and do that now and come back to you when I'm done. So I'm gonna let these dry out in the sun, guys. Definitely looks a lot better than it was before. I wanna show you something that I did on the interior. So I don't know if you guys even noticed this, but the emergency brake, the e-brake, was all scratched up and loose and everything like that. So I went ahead and swapped this with the one from the Daily over there. So the Daily has the scratched up one, and this one a lot nicer. I went ahead and swapped 20mm spacers with one of my friends last night. Wanted to film it, but it was just way too dark. Fitment is a little bit better. Eventually I'm gonna get wide wheels, but this is how front sits. I will probably order 20mm spacers for the rear sometime in the near future while I wait for wider wheels. So definitely liking the fitment on the front. It all takes time, and it's all about maintenance too, just maintaining, taking care of what you got, protecting your investment. I believe that's really important. That's more important than any kind of mod. Message! Yeah, I love mods, but this is just something to remind you guys, hey, check up on some things, maybe do a tire rotation, check the spark plugs, little things like that, I want to get a side-by-side real quick for you guys, how nasty this is. So there's the new one there, and here's my old one. And look, you can see the SI is not even on there anymore. Like, it's faded, like it left. Big ass hole. And there is a hole in this one, but it's not as bad, so I will take it. And these mats do go for like 150 on eBay, so I mean, definitely a good deal. Got it for 30 bucks, and I finally have rear carpets now, so it's a win. Guys, that is going to wrap it up for today's video. Thank you for making it to the end. As always, if you guys liked the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you guys dislike the video, go ahead and hit the thumbs down and subscribe to my channel. I got so much more content. Anyways, thanks again, guys. See you next time. Peace.